and salutations, my friends. My name is Samantha, and today we're going to be doing another author binge video. This is a video where I pick one author and I just read some of their books to kind of see if I like their writing style, see if I like their books. Guys, I have had so many recommendations for Judith McNaught, so that is who we are reading this week. I've already started on some of the books because I forgot to film the intro, so we're just gonna jump right into it. I have 3 books planned for this video. Maybe I'll throw in an audiobook, who knows. A couple weeks ago, I took a picture of my bookshelves and I said, hey, pick a book that you guys want me to read, because I've started to notice that I am buying more books than I'm reading. My bookshelves have gotten a little out of control, so I definitely want to start reading what I have. And I got so many requests to read Kingdom of Dreams by Judith McNaught. So this is what started this entire video. It's a spoiler. I'm really liking this book. This follows our main character, Jennifer, who is sent to a convent. Her father sends her to a nunnery because she's a little bit mischievous. Her and her sister actually end up getting kidnapped by like a rival clan. This is set in the 1400s, and it is the epitome of enemies to lovers. So if you like enemies to lovers, definitely think you would love this. I mean, I'm sure everyone has already read this book except me. The next book that I want to read is Until You. I know a lot of people like this book. This is the 3rd book in the Westmoreland series. It's in the same series of Kingdom of Dreams. Kingdom of Dreams has been recommended to me 1,000 times over, so when I saw that everyone loved that book, I ended up picking just a few random books at my bookstore, and this was one of the ones I grabbed, so I don't know a lot about it. I'm excited to read it though. What I have on my list is Paradise. I don't believe this is historical romance. I think this is a contemporary romance. I'm pretty sure Judith McNaught writes both. I've been reading a ton of historical romance, so I thought it would be nice to kind of switch it up just a little bit, especially since she does write in different genres. They're all romance, but I don't think this one is historical romance. This book is thick. Like, how many pages is this book? She said how many pages? 705. Okay, I don't know if I'm ready to embark on a 700-page book journey. Not sure. Goodreads people say that this book is amazing, so I don't know. We'll see. All right, this video is already getting really chatty. I'm gonna go read some books and I will update you guys later. Bye. Hello. My hair is a mess. Let's not talk about it, okay? My hair is a mess. My makeup is melting off because it's like 105 degrees outside and I don't feel too great. So that's fun. I just want to get out of my clothes and crawl into my bed and read some historical romance. I started Kingdom of Dreams. I didn't get very far because I was just reading it during my lunch. I'm on chapter 4, so not far at all. I really didn't know anything about this book other than so many people loved it, and that's pretty much it. It's a Scottish romance. Our main character, Jenny, is kidnapped by our hero, which is interesting. A little bit of a darker romance. I don't read a ton of Scottish romances, to be honest, especially during this time. I think this is in like the 1400s. Late 1400s. I think it's like 1497 or something. 1497. Ew, I remembered. Ew. High five, Samantha, for remembering. I can never remember like a character's name, but I remember the year that this is supposedly taking place. I'm so weird. I don't really know if I'm able to like articulate words today, so please bear with me. But our main character's father is like the enemy of our hero. So because of that, our hero's soldiers kidnap these 2 girls because they are the daughters of the leader of his enemy. All of these hand emotions, I don't know. The scene opens up a little weird. Like, it opens up to them being married and then gives you a flashback on how they get there. I have a feeling this might have a little bit of dubious consent in here, and you know, that's not my vibe. That's not what I like in romance, but we'll see. I don't know. Jessica, okay. People are really yelling in this house. I can't even film a video today. Can you hear them yelling? What was I talking about? A whole lot of nothing is really what I was talking about. Let's hope that there's not dubious consent in here. I have high expectations because everybody loves this book. And I'll talk to you guys later. Okay, bye. We're a little crooked. We're a little crooked, huh? My camera setup is just a mess. Oh, hello. I'm eating a fruit salad right now. So good. Fruit salad. Yummy, yummy. Fruit salad. Yummy, yummy. Where's that from? I think it's from the Wiggles. I'm pretty sure it's from the Wiggles. Any hoozles, I am eating a fruit salad and it's really yummy. I'm still reading Kingdom of Dreams. I'm on page, what page am I on? 268. So we only have, how long is this book? Oh, she's thick. She's a big book. I have like 200 more pages to go. So I'm liking it. I was a little bit worried that consent would be an issue, and it's really not. Our main character, our hero, what is it, Duke of Claymore? What's the wolf? What's his name? What is his name? Royce. Royce. Isn't that a singer? Prince Royce? And he always, in the beginning of his songs, he always introduces himself as Royce. Yeah. That's the type of mood I'm in today, guys. My brain is so scatterbrained. I'm really liking our hero, and I can definitely see why people love this book so much. I feel like it has all the tropes that people love, but done so flawlessly. The writing is spectacular. Our hero is that alpha, big, bad, strong hero that everybody loves, but somehow he still manages to be a really sweet little cinnamon roll. Don't know how the author did that. Our heroine is such a strong, opinionated heroine without being completely insufferable, which I love, and their banter is hilarious. I'm really digging this book. So thank you guys for recommending this one, and I'm happy I read this one first. That's my update. Happy Step Back Saturday. I don't think it's going to be a Saturday when I'm posting this or when you're watching this, but it is Saturday today, so happy Step Back Saturday. Let me get the book that I posted for Step Back Saturday because it's so pretty. This is the book that I picked for Step Back Saturday. This is Elizabeth Lowell's Enchanted. Ooh, look at that purple, just gorgeousness. And then the step back is stunning. I hope you guys can see it. If you can't, if the lighting's bad, I'll pop a picture on the screen. But like, look at this. Our hero is naked. He naked, okay? Like, no clothes. Our heroine is just, like, purple eyeshadow, gold dress, purple sheets, very luxe. We love it. We love it. Get into it. It's hot. Yeah, okay. I've never read an Elizabeth Lowell book, but I gravitate towards her books because she has some really pretty step backs. So, that was that. Correction to what I said earlier. I said this is a Scottish romance. Our heroine is Scottish. She comes from a Scottish clan. Our hero is English. He's like a warrior, soldier guy for King Henry. I think it's King Henry the Fifth. I think that is the time frame we're in. Is this medieval time? Is this medieval time? It's 1400s. I feel like this is, or maybe I'm just dumb. I don't know. But I feel like I read a ton of historical romance in like Regency time frame, like the 1800s. And I'm really loving this time frame. I don't know why. Kings, queens, it's all very interesting. I'm watching the Tudors. I hope that's how you pronounce it. I'm watching that right now, and it's so fascinating. I love this time period. So if you guys have any recommendations for this time period, medieval time period, 1400s, I would love, just absolutely love a princess or prince recommendation. I want a royalty historical romance. That's what I need in my life. So if you know of a good one, please leave your recommendations down below. Thank you. Hello. I am doing my makeup for the intro of this video. I sort of just jumped into this video and I didn't film an intro, so I'm going back now and I'm going to film a little intro. I'm just doing my makeup. We're going to match our makeup to the book we're reading, which is Kingdom of Dreams. This is a really interesting color. Very interesting, like tealish green. There's a little pink in here. I'm not sure how we're gonna go, but hopefully we'll match something similar to this. I have this palette here and it has a bunch of like blues and greens and teals, and I figure we can play in that kind of realm today. Is the finished makeup look. I kind of just, I don't know, I was just playing around. I don't love the look, but it's honestly just for fun. So this is the finished makeup look inspired by Kingdom of Dreams. You guys would have seen this in the intro because I'm about to film the intro right now. So yes, Ooh, what is my brow doing? My makeup is a mess. It's like melting off my face. Greetings, friends. Hi. This video, this vlog is a mess. I feel like I'm chatting more than I'm reading, but sometimes that happens. It just happens. So, I am here because I have been wanting to try dragon fruit, star fruit, just like exotic fruits. I follow Tabitha Brown on Instagram, and she's always eating some really cool fruits. And I'm like, I want that too. Also, Starbucks came out with like this star fruit kiwi refresher. I should have got one today because it's so good. So, it inspired me to go and get some dragon fruit. So, dragon fruit, I thought this was going to be like the white one. This is the red one that I think you put in like agave and like smoothies. So yeah, we have that one. I want to try the white one too. And then we have some star fruit, if you can see. I did take a little montage of us cutting the fruit. I didn't cut the fruit. I didn't. My sister cut it. Before you guys tell us that we're cutting it wrong, we know we're cutting it wrong. We've never had dragon fruit or star fruit before. This is just for fun. So we're going to go ahead and just go to that little montage real quick, okay? Quiet on the set. Let's try the dragon fruit first. That's what it looks like. It's just like this really pretty color. Let's see. It doesn't taste like anything. It literally tastes like nothing. It has the texture of a kiwi, but it doesn't taste like anything. So I'm gonna try the star fruit, and I kind of have an idea what star fruit tastes like because of that Starbucks drink, and I think it tastes a little like pineapple. So it's like a perfect star. So amazing how nature, something so natural, can look so beautiful. So just a little star. I don't know if you can bite the skin. We're gonna try. Okay, here we go. Doesn't really taste like anything either. It's sweet. Yeah, it is good. I feel like it kind of reminds me of like a pineapple, but not as tart. Yeah. The closer you get to the skin, the more it tastes a little sweeter. The star fruit is good. Very good, actually. Just look how cute that is. Oh my goodness. I don't know. Something fun to try. Star fruit, would recommend. The dragon fruit, I mean, maybe if it was like in a smoothie or like a fruit bowl, I would recommend it. But it's kind of expensive, okay? Dragon fruit is kind of expensive. Okay, back to the books, because that's what you guys came for, right? I finished Kingdom of Dreams. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. I will talk about this book more at the end of the video when I wrap up everything that I read. And then I am currently reading Until You, which is the 3rd book in the Westmoreland series. So, I hopefully am going to finish this today. I'm on page 136. So, let's do this. Good morning, Bookstagram! It's a weird morning. You guys know, like those radio voices where they're like, "Good morning, New York!" It is Friday. I have to be in the office today, which sucks. But since I was kind of feeling bleh this morning, I stopped and got myself a Starbucks. This is the dragon fruit refresher that I was talking about earlier in this video. The actual drink is the Starbucks Kiwi Star Fruit Refresher, and I get lemonade instead of water. If you want to try it, it's very good. It tastes a little like lemonade and kiwi, which is exactly what is in this drink. Wow. Okay, we're feeling weird today. Salutations, friends. Do you want to go book shopping with me? Let's do it. We are back home and the dryer is running. I can hear it in the background, so I'm sorry if you can hear that in the background too. Hopefully you can't. Let's talk about some books. I did go to the bookstore. I picked up a couple things. I was really excited to be back in the bookstore. I missed it dearly. But I'm going to do a book haul, so I will film another video hauling the books that I got at the bookstore. I know this vlog was a little all over the place, so if you made it to the end, I thank you. God bless you. In a strange turn of events, I didn't like the rest of the books that I read. Let's talk about the book I did like, and that was Kingdom of Dreams. I've talked about this enough. I kind of went over the synopsis. What a great recommendation. I'm not surprised that this is everyone's favorite romance, because it's amazing. I'm trying to be better about giving proper trigger warnings when I'm talking about books on my channel for those of you who need it. So there is a mild trigger warning in this book. I'm not going to spoil anything, but I do think this is important information going into the book, because when I showed that I was reading this book on Instagram, some people had messaged me and said they didn't like this portion of the book. What you have to realize is our heroine is kidnapped by our hero. So it's a very strong enemies to lovers situation from the very beginning. There are some things that happen in the camp that she does that our hero doesn't agree with, and he actually ends up like punishing her. I'm just gonna tell you guys what happens because I don't think it's a spoiler to the plot, but there's like a spanking situation where he does hit her, and a lot of people had a problem with that. To me, that wasn't a huge deal breaker, because although they have a rough start in the beginning, our hero and our heroine both make a lot of mistakes in the book, but they also admit their mistakes and kind of fix what they need to work on, which is very rare to see in a historical romance. I felt like this had such amazing character development where both of the characters grew so much with themselves and also with the relationship. I did want to point out that scene though, just in case that was something that bothers you. And the writing and the character development was divine. It has some of the most fleshed out characters that I've ever read about in historical romance. It has all of the tropes that everyone loves. I can definitely see why so many people love this book. We have enemies to lovers. We have a hero who is like that alpha stoic hero that people absolutely adore, but he also manages to be a really sweet cinnamon roll. We have our heroine who is like this strong, independent badass without being totally insufferable. And then we have really lovable side characters. I loved the side characters. I loved her sister. I loved his brothers. There was a second romance in this book with our side characters, and I just really enjoyed reading about it. It didn't like take away from the plot. It wasn't too much. It was just perfect. I really, really liked it. The only reason I'm giving this a 4 out of 5 stars is just because I felt like there was a lot going on, and there was just so much unnecessary conflict towards the end of the book. I feel like our characters had already been through so much, and the conflict at the end just seemed unnecessary, to be completely honest. Also, our heroine felt fiercely loyal to her family, and I felt like her loyalty was just a little undeserved. Her family was horrible. This again is not a spoiler, but her family sent her to a nunnery and completely abandoned her. One, because they didn't feel comfortable with a woman leading their Scottish clan, and two, because she rejected a marriage proposal from an older gentleman that she had zero romantic interest in. He got down on one knee, but I said go away, packed my bags and moved into a nunnery. Where's that from? Where's that from? Finish the lyric, guys. Don't leave me hanging. Where's that from? From Six the Musical. I love that musical so much. Sorry, my brain kind of just like diverted. Six the Musical follows Henry VIII's 6 wives and all the crap they had to deal with and them reclaiming their story, but it's told in like this very modern way through a rock concert. It's awesome. It's awesome. Check it out. Anyways, back to this book. I really enjoyed it. The rest of the books I didn't like. We'll talk about it right now. I'm just gonna kind of breeze through them. This is the second book in the Westmoreland series, but this can be read as a standalone because this takes place years before the rest of the books. This takes place in the 1400s, and then the rest of the books take place in like 1800 Regency London. This follows the story of like their great grandfather. So it's a prequel, but could be read as a standalone. This book I read was Until You, which is the third book in the Westmoreland series. I really didn't like this book. This follows Stefan, who we do meet in the first book, Whitney, My Love. And then it also follows Sheridan, who is our heroine. Sheridan, the heroine. This book has the amnesia trope, and I actually really do like the amnesia trope, especially in historical romances. I feel like historical romances can just totally pull off that trope without sounding cheesy. So just a brief summary, Sheridan is a young governess for like this American heiress who is supposed to marry a nobleman. She is delivering her to London, but a lot of a lot of things happen during that time. An heiress who is supposed to marry the nobleman actually elopes and ditches the voyage, so Sheridan is sort of left alone to explain what happened. But when she gets to London, she is hit by a cargo net, knocked out, and she loses all of her memory. The hero, Stefan, is not the supposed fiance. Again, stuff happens where he is actually driving like his horse and carriage, and the fiance that is supposed to marry this American girl is drunk, runs out in the street, is hit by the horses, and dies. So Stefan feels responsible for the death of this nobleman and feels like he needs to protect the bride-to-be. Goes to the shipping dock to explain what happened, but then obviously our main character loses her memory. He thinks that she is the heiress, and because of that, she also thinks that she is the heiress because she lost her memory. Does that make sense? I really hope that made sense. It probably didn't. I gave this book a 2 out of 5 stars. I just think it was done really poorly. If you were to have given me this book and then this book, I would have thought they were written by 2 completely different people. The writing is just not the same in this book. The lack of communication between our 2 characters was just absolutely insufferable. And our hero was the biggest jerk that I have ever read in historical romance. He is a jerk the entire book. The entire 435 pages, he is a jerk. There are maybe 10 pages where he is like a respectable human being, but the rest he's just an asshole. And I didn't enjoy reading about him. Also, the logic that he had. So, I really didn't like this book. Our hero feels responsible for the death of the nobleman, right? So when our heroine wakes up, instead of telling her the truth, instead of being like, hey, your fiance died, and now you're here with no memory, he instead, when she wakes up, pretends to be her fiance. Because that's logical. That is the most reasonable course of action, is to lie to her for the entire book and pretend to be her fiance. And then he has the audacity to get upset when she gets her memory back. I didn't like it. I did want to mention one more thing. There's not really any trigger warnings in this book, but I know there is something in this book that a lot of people probably aren't going to like, and that is the fact that our hero has a mistress in the beginning of the book, and he keeps that mistress for quite a while he is still courting and still talking to our heroine. He has a mistress, and it's super frustrating. I didn't love this book. We're moving on. I decided to read the next book in the series, and that is Miracles. I think it's called Miracles. There can be miracles when you believe. I know. Somebody give me a Grammy. This book is actually a novella. It's only 90 pages. I might be wrong on that page count because it was an ebook. This book follows our hero Nick, who we do meet in the 1st and 3rd book of the series. And it also follows... What is our heroine's name? I forgot her heroine's name. I've been talking for so long. But we do meet her in the 3rd book. She becomes friends with Sheridan. And I loved these characters in the 3rd book. They were the only part of this book that I liked. I loved the side characters. And you can kind of tell that they were getting their own romance. So when I found out that they did have their own book, I was very, very excited. But then I read it and I hated it. Nick was just this like really lovable side character. But then when he got his own book, he was just an asshole. Apparently Judith McNaught really likes her heroes that are jerks, because I mean, we just read 3 books that our heroes were jerks. Just really didn't love this book. I don't want to talk about it too much because it's so short. Brief synopsis is that our heroine has a mom who wants to pimp her out. Like, she just wants her to marry a nobleman so that she can elevate her social status. And our heroine doesn't want that. Our heroine doesn't want to marry anyone. She just wants to kind of live by herself, and she has a real passion for writing books and writing music, and she just wants to do that instead of having to marry someone. Our hero is like this notorious rake and is the most sought after bachelor in London. Cross paths in a masquerade ball, and our heroine decides that she wants to ruin herself. And for people who don't read historical romance, ruining yourself basically means like a young lady is ruining her reputation and ruining any chances of a respectable marriage with like a titled nobleman during that time. So she decides that she's going to create this grand plan to ruin herself so nobody's going to want to marry her and she can just live on her own and do her own thing. So she asks Nick to help her with that, and some things happen. He ends up thinking that she is just this evil, conniving, title-hungry, money-grabbing viper. And the entire 80 pages is him just being a jerk. And there's really nothing romantic or sweet about their romance. I didn't enjoy it, and that's that. I didn't get to Paradise because I wasn't prepared for a 700-page book, and I also read the Goodreads reviews for this, and a lot of people said that the hero is a jerk, and I was kind of just tired of reading about that type of hero. I do know that this has a little bit of an age gap romance, so if you want to read this, there you go. This series is so out of order, so I wanted to go back and read Whitney, My Love, which is the first book in the Westmoreland series, and I know a lot of people love that book. I'm only like 100 pages in, but surprise, surprise, our hero is a jerk. Like, just... The only book I liked out of this entire experiment, if you will, was Kingdom of Dreams, which is so disappointing because I love this book so much, and I'm just so surprised that I didn't like the rest of her books. Okay, I feel like I've been talking for so long, so that is my author binge for Judith McNaught. In conclusion, would I recommend Judith McNaught books? I really don't know. I don't think so. I wouldn't recommend the Westmoreland series, to be completely honest. It's not going to be a top favorite of mine. The only one that I recommend is Kingdom of Dreams. I loved this book. You can read this as a standalone. You don't have to read the rest of the series, and I wouldn't recommend reading the rest of the series. I feel so negative, and I'm so sorry that we're ending the video this way. If there are other authors that you want me to do this with, please let me know. These author binge videos are an entire series, so basically what I do is I just pick some authors that you guys want me to read from, and I read a bunch of the books. It's pretty simple, so if you want me to read an author, let me know down below. I know you guys want Julia Quinn. I know that. I just haven't gotten around to it. So any other authors, please recommend. Thank you. I hope you guys are all having a really lovely day, night, wherever you are. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to spend time with me. It means the absolute world to me, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!